Good greetings everyone, this is Rusty Dog and welcome to another live stream. And I realized that my screen is a bit bigger than what it should be again, so I'm just going to try and fix that. It did this yesterday and it should not have done it again. Okay. Weird. Some kind of strange issue there because I took off scaling and it fixed it yesterday, and now I've had to put scaling on in order to fix it again. Oh yeah, really weird. So yeah, we're back, and we're back because I've been really busy yesterday with material hunting. I needed a few materials in order to complete this build of this ship, and I can say that I have everything that I need now to complete the ship. All I need to do is the weapons and the life support, and I think that's it. As I run through the build, I'll find out if I've missed anything, but I don't think so. Oh yes, I do. Yes, I have. There are a couple of other things to do. So hopefully we'll have the materials to do that. If I don't have the materials to do the hull reinforcements, it's probably not going to matter at this stage, because in order for the hull reinforcements to matter, they're going to have to get my shields down, and I don't think they're going to do that. So here we go. What? Now that's not an NPC message. So who's talking to me now? McSquealy Bob. Okay, I don't know where that's. Oh, is this local chat within? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to ignore that. So, guys, Andreas the Blue, hi Andreas, and Mellowing with Age, Daddy Matzy, or Mazzy, good evening to you. Happy Shrapnel, hey Dave, how you doing, man? Yes, Scallywag. And you can see that I am here at Trophy Camp. This is the Todd the Blaster McQuinn's base, and this is because we're here to do the weapons, all 7 of them. I have been everywhere looking for, what was I looking for? I should know, it should be burned into my head. Configurable components. And oh man, I tried all sorts of different things, but the place I ended up getting them the best was in Bunda at the nav beacon. I just went into the nav beacon there at Bunda and just kept waiting for type 7s, type 9s, type 6s to kill them and have them drop configurable components. I only needed 54, I calculated. I've got a couple more than that, 56 or something, 55, 56, which I think is going to be enough. I needed modified consumer firmware. I got enough of that by material trading, and cracked industrial firmware I got via material trading as well. And also I had a small 1-hour visit to Dab's Hope, which didn't turn up any configurable components, despite the fact that they're supposed to turn up there. So it's all done, and I said that I would do the final engineering as a stream, and that is why we're here. So Spartacus, yes, early. It's going to be an early start, and it's going to be a quick stream, I think. I don't think it's going to run more than a couple of hours, unless I keep yapping on, because it's just a case of finishing the build right now and then giving it a bit of a test. So yeah, and hi to the Edge, hi to Rick and Ricky, and Brotfan 1212. So let's do the weapons. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here is the weapons that I had previously were all overcharged. but they were only overcharged to the legacy level. They weren't overcharged right up to the top. And these have swapped out. I had 2 turreted multi-cannons in there. I've now swapped them out for gimbaled, which is why they don't have any engineering on them at all. And my DPS, my damage per second, is going to go from 139 up to 161, which is not a bad increase considering that we are keeping the same weapons. And my power usage is 103 at the moment. Now, each multi-cannon is overpowered, and that's going to change. But I don't know whether it's going to move these percentages at all. So we will see. So let's get on and do this. My feet are up and a smoke and a drink. Well, that's the best way, man. Just relax, just chill out, and let's get through this one. Right, so the 2 huge multi-cannons are not going to be overcharged anymore, but we're going to be converting, not only converting, but we're going to be losing every single engineer upgrade on these weapons now, because we're not going to go with that. We're going to be going with a short range blaster on every single one. Short range, I'm just going to confirm that because I'm just going to check the build. I'm pretty damn sure that it is short range on all 7. Yeah, it is. But what does change is the experimentals on everyone. They're all going to be different. So let's get through this and we'll do the first one. I've got plenty of attempts at this. So I think what I'm going to do is move my Coriolis screen into a different monitor so that I can see what's going on there, and then I can put the YouTube chat and the channel on my other monitor and I'll play the game. Now, when I was doing the material gathering for this yesterday, I did it all in VR. I didn't notice any particularly overly bright areas that people have been saying. That's not to say that they don't exist though. I just did a modification there I didn't need to do. As you can see, we're on grade 3. I've got 183 goes, so plenty. And I'm going to be virtually out of configurable components when I'm done. All that time that I spent collecting them yesterday in this uncomfortable chair. This gaming chair that I bought, it's not working for me, guys. I'm going to sell it. I can't be bothered with it. I need more comfort in my old age. Thanks for the subscription, Boris. Why short range, Pedadler? Because Kathina said so. Well, damage per second is up, thermal load, maximum range. It's just so when we get in close we can cause extra damage, I think. Yeah. But before it was overcharged, now it's going to be short range blaster. But if you look at the Coriolis before and after, before the Bark of Merlin got touched, and now since the re-outfitting, the DPS is more. So it does work, but obviously I've got to be closer up. Now, I do no longer have my turreted weapons, which were always nice for taking out like the last remnants of eagles. You know, say if I'm going to shoot down, let's say, a federal dropship, for example, and it has 2 wing mates that are eagles. The turrets were very cool for just keeping those guys on their toes. And basically, I'm losing that advantage now, but I'm making up for it by the fact that the ship now has a not a multi crew, a crew member with a ship launch fighter. So yeah, the maximum range now is 2 kilometers, but I think that's fine. I don't normally shoot from that distance anyway. I normally like to be a kilometer, but I'm going to have my ship launch fighter as well. I'm not sure whether to carry on with this. I can't quite remember how many goes I've had here, but I'm down to 49 configurable components. I'm going to leave that for now. I might come back and complete these circles if I've got the materials left. So on this first multi-cannon then, we're going to go with the experimental of autoloader. Okay, so obviously it does what it says on the tin. It automatically reloads the weapons even when firing, so that means that these two big weapons, the two huge ones, are never going to stop firing. The downside of that is I'll go through ammo faster, but the upside is I'll be killing ships quicker, so it's hopefully going to balance itself out. And I'm going to pin this blueprint just in case I need to come back and complete circles at some point. I shouldn't need to, but we will see. Right, so we do the second one, and pretty sure the second one is exactly the same. And it is, I've just double checked. So short range. Yeah, the game's brilliant in VR, the Edge, isn't it? It really is. You notice on the thumbnail for this live stream I had a picture of this ship, and it looked like yellow golden color. Well, I haven't changed the livery. It's still blue. It's still blue, so it's just a trick of the light, literally. Commander Avionics X. Hey, Commander Avionics, how are you? And Mike. Now, is that Janker or Yanker? Depends what country you're from. Well, hi, Mike. And Debian. Hi, Debian. Ahoy there. Alright, let's get through this. I want to see if I can count how many grade 5s. Grade 5. I'm not going to call them rolls anymore because it's not random anymore. It's not strictly random. It's not like the old engineers where it was literally like a roll of the dice. So I can't really call this a roll. Generations. How many generations it would take, or how many goes. So I've got 49. So let's see how we can get to the end of this one. 1. I've calculated that it was going to take 9 each, and that's the amount of configurable components I went out looking for. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That closes the circles. 7's fine. That means I'm under what I thought I was going to be. Right. So the two big, huge multi-cannons at the top, on the top of the ship, are now done with autoloader. And because that only took 7, I feel confident that I can come back here and close this circle off. Oh god, I hate it when it does this. I've got 40 left, and I've got 5 weapons left. 5 7s are 35. So that leaves me with 5. Yeah, no, maybe. Didn't want to come that far back out. I want to make sure that I've got all of these done before I consider closing a tiny bit of circle, because I don't want to waste those materials on a tiny little bit of progress when I can do the same thing and get a lot of progress on a different weapon, if that makes sense. As I get to grade 5 on this one, I will explain that a lot better. Let me just get there. Terran Car, how you doing? Proxy, how much time per research do you take for these engineering upgrade videos? In this particular one, I did no research whatsoever because Kathina did the build for me. She built the ship, I'm just putting it all together. Yeah, so yeah, I asked her to do it to make me a better Bark of Merlin ship, and this is what she came back with. Alright, here we go then. So into grade 5. So rather than use up and close a circle, a tiny little amount, I'd rather use one of each of these to do this. You see, that's worth a lot more. So I'm not going to mess around with little amounts at the end. It's not going to make that much of a difference. I'll go one more on this one. Yeah, for the sake of like 0.05 and 0.01, I just can't be bothered with that. Alright, so this is the first and only large multi-cannon on this ship, and it's not going to have the autoloader. This one is going to have the Corrosive Shell, and it says here that it temporarily weakens hull hardness and increases all damage taken at the cost of reduced ammo capacity. So again, we are getting less ammo than we would normally get, but I'm used to that with this ship. I have had that before. Right, so now we're on to the two mediums. So we need to convert this. Go to short range. I'm going to end up clicking the sturdy one at some point. Not too late in this time, Nikita. Not at all. Not at all. We're just finishing off all the engineering. I've got to visit a couple more engineers after this, and then I think we're done. And one of the engineers is in my home system. We're going to be visiting Laurie Jameson today. Saying hi to her, and hopefully she'll be nice and give us a good lightweight upgrade on my life support. Seems so weird to play this game with these dials, doesn't it? Why can't it just ask you, what grade would you like to go to? You go, yeah, grade 4 please. And then he just says, right, give me 4 cracked industrials, give me, I don't know. Well, we've got to play this generation game. Okay. No, I'll close a bit more than that. That's it. And on this one, it's a medium and it's going to be fitted with autoloader. So we're back to that again. And the other medium, I believe, is the same. So we're going to have 4 auto-loading weapons, the 2 huge and the 2 mediums. And the large one is going to be doing some corrosive damage. Don't forget, this build is in Kathina's head. It's not been tested. This particular build's never been tested in the field. So this is going to be a test to see whether how she works it out in her head translates into reality when we get into the combat zones. And no, I don't mean conflict zones. By combat zones, I'm generalizing HASRESs and CZs and compromise nav beacons in any type of combat arena. But I know exactly where I want to go when this ship's done. A place I could go to in the beta, but it was pointless going there because of the system states. So now I want to go back and see if it's viable again. My own old stomping ground for bounty hunting and pirate killing. Right, again, these numbers are matching almost. That one's matching, but it hasn't closed the circle. Again, I don't know why that happens. I think it's just decimals. And that one's too small to even talk about. So, auto load. And that leaves us with the last two, the small ones, which are now gimbaled. And again, short range blasting on this one. So of course what this means is that this ship's going to be most effective, or at its most deadly, the closer it gets. So as usual, eagles and other little piddly fish are going to be a pain in the neck to do away with. But that's what my ship launch fighter pilot is for. Now I've just sacked my previous ship launch fighter pilot. He was expert going on to master, and I terminated his contract today. And I took out a new one, from which I'm starting from the beginning. From, what is it, harmless? Yeah, harmless, I think. Whatever the lowest one is. So I've got one of those in now. So I'm going to be taking on this new guy and teaching him. This bug is really starting to get on my nerves now, where the bar doesn't move down. When the next grade or class lights up, the bar doesn't move down, so you end up spending materials just for nothing, just as a waste. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to have quite a few configurable components left actually, which I'm quite happy with, because they're a bugger to get hold of. Right, so this one, another bug. It's like that. It's what I call the back bug. You guys seen the back bug? Like if you go to a screen that's already highlighted with back, I'll see if I can speak properly, shall I? It's already got the back highlighted. Then you can't click it. You have to come off it and then go back on it for it to work. I see things like this in the GUI a lot, and it's annoying. Anyway, so this is going to be the first and only weapon that has incendiary rounds on it. So we're going to be putting that one on there. And finally, oh, it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Well, it is. It's so annoying. Look, we're at grade 2. Why hasn't that bar moved down? Why didn't it come down when this opened up? This is grade 1's done. The circles are closed. Why didn't that bar automatically move down? I shouldn't have to click it. Come on, Frontier. Get your act together, lads. And again. It's not going to assume you want to do another grade 2 roll when the circles have completed, or a grade 1 roll. Bit silly. And now we should be opening up 5. There it is. And another one. Oh, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I was mistaken. This weapon's also going to have incendiary rounds on it, so let's put those on right now. Oh, oh. We're in trouble. We ran out of heat. We've got one short of heat conduction wiring. Oh, God. I picked up a load of those yesterday. Well, I thought I did. It's only grade 1 as well, so... Oh, no. I've actually got to go and material trade one and then come back here. It's got to be done, though. Oh, that's super annoying. For the sake of just the one. Okay. Right, so we can't do that, and I've got to come back here because you cannot carry out an experimental effect off the engineer's base. Rob Mills, thank you, Rob Mills, for that. Oh yeah, I went over 4,300 subs, so to everybody who has subscribed and made that happen, I thank you. Now on 4,309. Yeah, so thank you everybody for that. It's amazing. All right, let's go back. Which circles did we close? These two, didn't we? That one's been done. I can't remember which one we didn't do. That one's closed. I don't know if I'm doing this to appeal to you guys or for my own sense of OCD, because I don't know if I have it. There we go. Look at that. That is just, it's a rip-off. Closed. There's no point do you get an upgrade that tiny at any point other than at the end of the circle. It's an absolute rip-off. Getting conned. Oh, not experimental rust. There we go. Generate. Alright, I think that's all the circles closed, is it? I can't remember which one I just selected. No, we've got to do another one here. Alright. So we need one more heat conduction wiring. Oh man, I hadn't planned for that. Thank you, Heath Barbier. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm already using ED Engineer for tracking materials and my crafting, and it tells me how much I have left and all this stuff. But to be honest, it doesn't tell me for experimentals. So that's why I've been caught out there. So we need to go to a manufactured trader, and I was hoping there'll be one nearby. We have one there, and we've got one right here. 11.4 million. I have to look at the population when I go here because I need to know if I can land at a starport. Okay, it's 7,000 away. What's the other one? Now then, where was it? Okay, it's up here somewhere. The opposite corner. There it is. Let's see if this one's a bit closer. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. Let's go to that one then. Is this the place with the material trader? Yes, it is. Right, let's have a look at power then, see if that's moved. It hasn't. Okay, so no problem. We're still okay with that. And my final jump range, do we know? Is 29.4, so almost 29.5 light years. And that's not too bad at all. Considering that I do not have a Guardian frameshift booster thing. Kiwi! How you doing, man? Oh yeah, I did what I said I was gonna do.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
I bought Elite Dangerous yesterday. Yes, for the third time. I bought a third account. I haven't even touched it yet because of course I've realized that I need a commander name. I don't know what to use as a commander name. Oh, Lenore. I bet that place is in really good condition. Yeah, so I bought a third account because currently Elite Dangerous is £9.60 from the Frontier store, not Steam. I didn't buy it on Steam, which is stupid money. So I decided to get a third account, and that £9.60 is not the base game. It's not Horizons. It's the full season pass Commanders Deluxe pack, £9.60. So yeah, I did think about that, Justin, but I think someone's already called that because there is a private group called Stan Laurel, which I'm a member of, and I think that's their name as well. I'm not sure, but I think that commander name is gone. Just have a feeling it might have done. But no, I think I'm going to go with something a bit different. I don't know what yet, but I'll think of something. Don't worry. And I have changed my Corvette skin since I took that screenshot for the live stream, which was about an hour ago. It's now running the Midnight Black livery on here. I just thought I would put it on, not necessarily permanently, just to test it, see what it looks like in the lighting in space. Obviously with night vision you can see all the edges, but I may go for a different color. Yeah, I don't know. I might have a commander name that's got nothing to do with Rusty Dog or any relation at all. But I'm trying to think what to do with it. No point going exploring. Maybe I even have thoughts of keeping it in open play 100% of the time, but I think I would just get too frustrated with it because there's just too many idiots in open play to make it enjoyable. So I really don't think I would. Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy it at all. I think open play's been. Well, I was gonna really stamp on it there and say that open play's been ruined by gankers and creepers, but that's quite a strong statement because sometimes you can go into open play and you maybe be in there for half an hour, and you don't even come across another commander. It depends where you are, so it's not always that way really, so that wouldn't be fair for me to say that. But it can have its moments where your game is. I don't mind consensual combat and or the odd non-consensual where it's done fair, role-playing, piracy, I love all that stuff, but it's people treat it like it's Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. Doggy style. I don't think so, Bob. That wouldn't go down well. Praise the dogs. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. You can there's been a few times when I've gone into open play and I've been actively looking because I've had either my courier or my cutter, and I've been actively looking for players, and it's just no one, or no one that's, you know, I can't just look at some poor guy, some clean pilot in an ASP, and then just shoot him out of the sky. You know, unless I've got a reason to do it. I don't want to just spoil the guy's game and just give him a rebuy just because I want a laugh. You know, it's not always just about me. I'm speaking from a ganker's point of view, you know, so, or a griefer, I should say. Anyway, not going to get into all that. That's a whole different conversation. Right, so let's trade for some heat conduction wiring, and I just need to do one trade and then we can go and see the engineer and finish that weapon off. Oops, a bit too early to bring the landing gear out, Rusty boy. Ooh, that was a very strange way to enter. Smooth landing though, that wasn't too bad. Right, let's have a look. Heath, forgive the question, but has open play gotten that bad? To be honest, I don't know, because I haven't been in there for quite a while, for a prolonged period. Should you start playing in solo when you come back? How long have you been away? Because if you've been away for a while, I would say yes, go into solo, just to, nothing to do with me, but just to shake off the rust and get yourself warmed up back into the game and get used to it, get used to the way things are. And then if you want to go back into open, if you can accept the happenings in open play, if you can accept the fact that you're likely to be interdicted or shot down by some commander just so he can get his kicks off, not because you have necessarily a bounty on you or because he genuinely wants to pirate something from your cargo hold, but just because that's his buzz for the day. If you want to be somebody else's game content and you're okay with that, then go into into open play. But it's not always going to happen. You can spend an hour in open play and nothing's going to happen. I like the in-between. I like the private group because I can have people in there. If we want to fire at each other, we'll arrange it beforehand. We've done that before. And yeah, I choose not to have player versus player. That's my personal choice. I don't have a need for it. In the beginning, I was in when I started playing Elite, I was in open play all the time. That was the only mode I was ever in. And it was brilliant. Everybody who was playing PvP, for example, were role players. You know, you'd be interdicted carrying cargo, and they'd say, give me 10% of your stuff. And if you did that, they would leave you alone and say thank you very much. Because as a pirate, if that's their career choice, that's the way that they're going to make a living. And it happens. It's a part of the game. So I had some of my most adrenaline-filled moments in open play. But then I think it's lost its essence. Now it's just a case of, oh, I'm in a big ship, he's in a small ship, let's shoot him out of the sky for a laugh. That's what it's become. And you know, that doesn't suit the kind of game that I'm looking for. Yeah, Griepers camping, and Griepers camping in places where they know the community goal is going to be. They don't do it because they want the goods from these people. They do it because they know it's going to spoil someone else's game. So yeah, and I don't want to be on. I don't want to play on their timetable. You know, I'm not going to. I choose not to be their game content, and that's why I don't go into open play. I tell you what, Heath, why don't you just join my private group? Just do a search for Rusty Dog group, Rusty Dog, and join my group. I've got a. I don't know, what have I got? 300, almost 300 people. Bob, just go away. Bloody hell. Oh, this looks boring. Star Citizen will be better. Yeah, when Star Citizen is a full game and your great grandkids are finally getting to play it, come back and let me know, alright? And keep your comments about robot sex dolls to yourself. You know, just go and get a box of tissues or something. Jesus. You probably work out at some point it's not a good idea to troll me because I'm very practiced at dealing with you idiots. Yeah. Yeah, that was suggested, the Edge, the flag system. But is it a system where, yeah, of course you can, Commander Avionics. Yeah, just anybody can join the group. Go ahead. Is it a case of, like, if you turn a flag on and someone says, well, I see your flag, but screw that, I'm going to shoot you anyway, do they still get to kill you? Or if the flag's on, does your ship become indestructible to other players' fire? How is that system going to work? Because as much as I think people should have some kind of a say in it, I think I don't think that having an indestructible ship or having a ship where fire bullets and stuff, laser fire will just pass through you because you've chosen not. I don't know. Yeah, you see, if you're immune to fire, that's like, I don't know if that's a good thing for the game, to be honest, making you immune. Because to go in, I'll tell you why. Because if you go into open play, that's a specific choice that you make, knowing the possible consequences. Unfortunately, some of those possible consequences are people who just want to spoil somebody else's game for the fun of it. That's the downside. But it is a specific choice. You can go into, there are many private groups that you can join that will allow PvP, or they will allow consensual PvP, and that is PvP that's been prearranged by both parties, or you've got solo play. Open play is an actual choice you make. So if you choose open play, I don't think you should have the option to make yourself immune to fire. because you could be in the middle of a fight and then just turn that on. So, you know, I can't see that working where everyone's satisfied. And thanks for the downvote, Bob. I got a downvote on the video. You know who it is. Yeah, you know why, James? Because I'm looking at the chat. That's why. It's difficult to land a ship perfectly while you're watching the YouTube chat. Right, let's get this final thing in. We just need the experimental. This was it, wasn't it? Incendiary. Right, the weapons are done. So we've got to go to Laurie Jameson. But before we do that... Oh yeah, hi James. James, did you see my message on the Discord today? In the padded room, or the padded cell, or whatever it's called. The padded room. If not, you might want to go and check it out. Yeah. I mean, for example, if I was going to do some missions or certain stuff, Gaming Lawyer, well, that sounds a good one. Hi, thanks Gaming Lawyer for your subscription, man. That is very kind of you. Yeah, if I was going to do any missions or anything, and I didn't want to be bothered or some material gathering, I certainly wouldn't do it in open play. You know, I know when... The only time I'm going into open play is if I am ready for anything that can happen. Yeah. I do have a picture of it actually, James. It's not like... It's nothing special. It's an A6 estate. Anyway, right, so I'll explain more afterwards. Yeah, Mobius is one of the biggest... no, not one of the biggest. Mobius is the biggest PvE group, private group in Elite Dangerous. I don't think anything even comes close to the size of Mobius. I'm sure you are a nice lawyer. There's a few of those. Am I late or was the stream early? Both, Matthew. The stream was early and thus you were late for it. Mark G, another subscription, can't even say it now. But I should be, because I've had 4,311 goes at it. Thank you for your subscription. Right. I now need to go and see Laurie Jameson, but before I do that, I also need a hull reinforcement. So I want to see where do I go for hull reinforcement things? Here we go, hull. Now then, I have to have a quick look here and just have a look and see what we're going to get on this thing. So hull reinforcement's going to be heavy duty with deep plating on both. So heavy duty grade 5 on the hull. Where are you? Heavy duty, here we go. Heavy duty grade 5 is Celine Jean. Ah, Dave got there just before I did. Thank you, Dave. Right, so let's have a look. I've moved my Jameson right to the top now. Because I put the engineers in brackets to make them easier to find, this takes me straight to their headquarters, not just the system as well. I put them in brackets. That was a suggestion by Happy Shrapnel, and that's worked out beautifully. All there. And so what I did with Jameson, I put that in brackets and then I put the dash in front, and that moved it to the top of the list. So that's my home system. So Celine Jean, she is here. I've got perfect access to her. So I think, considering where I am, she's only 2 jumps away. So we'll go there and then we'll go to Shinny. And then I can get we'll go to Shinrata, get my final engineering done there. and then we're good to go. Now, according to ED Engineer, I have got enough stuff. Core dynamic composites. Yeah, I've got enough stuff to do the hull upgrades. Whether I can do the experimentals is another matter. But let's go anyway. So let's go and see Celine, then we'll go and see Laurie Jameson, and then we'll get fighting. ASCII 33. Getting into ASCII codes now. Now, ASCII. What does that stand for again? I can't remember. I remember what basic. Well, let's do some computer acronyms. Hey, Andy K. Right. BASIC. The language of BASIC. Is beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. What else do I know? BIOS. Your BIOS. Press F1 to enter the BIOS. Is basic input-output system. Yeah. Anybody got any other ones that they know of? Oh, DVD. Come on, DVD. Tell me what DVD stands for, and don't Google it. Don't Google it. You. Don't be a cheat. American Standard Character Institute. Oh, is that what it is? What's the what? Is that what? But that's only one I. Institute. There's two. DVD is a common error, which is why I mentioned it. Yeah, look at you people. You had time to Google it. Yes, well, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But yes, it's digital versatile disc. And the amount of people that say digital video disc, I just want to give them a slap round the face with a wet kipper. Yeah, well. So, Andrew Van der Stock. So, yeah, so people who work at BBC or ITV. Yeah, the thing is, I'm an IT guy, and acronyms are just everywhere, aren't they? With computers, it's just everything's an acronym now. Even things that you didn't think needed to be an acronym are acronyms. Mind you, a DVD is not an acronym. DVD is just a set of initials. BASIC is an acronym. BIOS. BIOS? Would BIOS count as an acronym? Because it's not necessarily a word, is it? It's something you can pronounce. I don't know if BIOS counts as an acronym. I suppose it would. Yeah, UEFI, yeah, the plug and play system thing, isn't it? Yeah. DASD. IBM speak for a hard drive. Oh, what's then? Well, S has got to be for storage, D for device, perhaps something digital or something analogs, digital to analogs. I don't know. Explain why you can get more data on a DVD disc than on a CD disc, because on DVDs they can. There's the what do they call them? The little tiny bumps, the holes. There's more of them. Direct access storage device. Ah, yeah, of course it is. Yes, of course it is. I know, digital analog, right? It doesn't make sense. It couldn't be analog. It's a hard drive. I didn't know what the hell to come up with. That's my new one. Oh, WYSIWYG. Yeah, that's a famous one. Yeah, digital analog. Yeah, less than a jump away. Jesus. Yeah, DVDs multi-layer. Yeah, you can get 8.5 and 4.7 DVDs, and don't forget you can get 25 gig on a single layer Blu-ray and 50 gig on a dual layer. Yo, Gigo. or Geigo. Geigo, I suppose it would be. Well, it should be Gigo, because the I is for in, so it should be Gigo. Yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you something. I have an expression similar to Gigo, and it's, instead of G, it's replaced by A's, so it's A-I-A-O. This is one I made up myself, and it's got nothing to do with computers. It's to do with when you're on the road, when you're motoring. And I'll tell you what, I don't even know why I even got round to saying about this. This is just crap that's in my head. So yeah, AIAO. Okay, let me give you an example. This happened a lot in Gibraltar because it was such a small place. So you're driving behind somebody, okay, and they are driving slow. And you're getting impatient behind and you think, oh God, come on, speed up, speed up. Finally, they indicate to pull in or turn off or whatever. But the moment they do, and you think, oh, I've got a clear road in front, someone else pulls out and carries on going slow, like it's like you're in the Truman Show or something. And I call that AIAO, which is arsehole in and arsehole out. COBOL. Yeah, oh, I remember. It was the in thing, wasn't it, learning COBOL? Do they still use that as a language anymore? Like, what's the main programming languages these days? Because I see a lot of jobs wanting Python, Java. I always thought a Java programmer was just a posh job title for somebody who makes coffee. No, I'm just joking. Grief was moving to CQC. Well, let's get the most practice there. Yeah, C# and Java. Right, yeah. There you go. I wanted to try and learn Python at some point, but I don't know if I can actually commit myself to sit down and learn in another language. Yeah. I've not heard of Ned before. Lord Wusu. That's a new one on me. Mainframes. Yeah. See, the whole concept of a mainframe when I was growing up is like a mainframe PC would take up a room, and now we've got more processing power than those mainframes back then in an iPhone. Other other smartphones are available, but yeah, there's more computing power now in your mobile phone than in these old mainframes of yesteryear. Like in the early 80s or whatever, I guess. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is it not the case that your mobile phone has got more processing power than the entire Apollo 11 space mission? I think that is true, right? It's crazy. It's crazy how power has increased in a relatively short space of time. Yeah, Udemy courses. Yeah, Udemy. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Using Udemy to learn. I might consider that, but I'm going to have to pick a language that I think is going to serve me well in the future, even though I'm 52 already. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah. So, hello to Razephon Manga. Have I said that right? I don't know. IBM manager. Oh, IBM, yeah. What was that big, cool IBM computer from years ago that they brought out? I can't remember. It was a specific IBM. It had a name on it. It had a name to it. It was in the late 80s, I think. And it was a case that if you owned one of these, it was like, wow, the big deal. but I can't remember the name of the computer. Maybe one of you guys will know it. No, not Watson. This was way before Watson. This was way. It was a white box, a big white box. No, this. I'm going way back now. Oh, thanks, gaming lawyer. Well, I hope they've been helpful, because that's the main aim, is to try and be helpful and informative. No, that AS400. AS400. That's the one, Andreas. Thank you. Yes, the AS400. When that thing came out, it was like, that was the, what shall we call it, the Mutt's Nuts machine to have. And I think you could upscale it, right? You could scale that machine and build it up to. It was very expensive when it came out, as I remember. It was completely the in thing, and now the power of the AS400 is completely dwarfed by something you can fit in your pocket. It's crazy. Yeah. The game is overwhelming starting out, yeah. I started from alpha, so it wasn't such a steep learning curve, but I can see for newcomers today that this is quite a bit to take in. But just do it a bit at a time. Are they really? AS400 still doing the rounds, are they? Wow. Well, that just goes to show then, doesn't it, that how good they were. If they're still around today, maybe they're still around as doorstops or coffee tables or something. And then there was that big supercomputer that looked like a bench that you could sit on. Is that the Cray? The Cray supercomputer. And then they brought out Blue. What is it? The supercomputer Blue. The one that beat the chess guy, the chess player. Something Blue. I don't know why my brain's just not remembering that. I mean, I should know it. Deep Blue. Deep Blue, right? Yeah. I'm trying not to get it mixed up with Deep Thought from the Hitchhiker's Guide. Yeah, Deep Blue. Deep Blue was a killer machine.
Core Dynamics Tango Hotel Echo Heavy commencing automated flight.
I think they use those machines now in. Don't they use them for like wargaming simulations and stuff like that? I'm not really too sure. But technology's moving at such a rate that, you know, you've got computers out today, I'm sure, that'll make Deep Blue look like a Fisher-Price toy. Alright, down we go then. And we're going to do the hulls here. So, currently I think we're on 2,500 hull. Let's just go into the ship. Oh, I was already there.
Engaging ship restraints. Your arrival has been noted.
Right, so my armor health is currently 2,506. Let's drop the 6, I'm not bothered about that. 2,500 then on the armor. I'm hoping I might get somewhere near 3,000 now. Don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. So, hull reinforcements. Armor, we are good to go, yeah? Yeah, we're good to go on that one. Alright, so this is going to be heavy duty hull with plating. And hopefully this'll kick up a bit of kick up our resistances a little bit, because they're not brilliant. Oh, you know, that's probably true, the Edge. What it is, I think, is the technology that's out today, that we have today, you know, like, is just, it's not the latest technology. at all. It's just that it's become affordable. That's all. The latest tech is above what we know right now. It's just being developed. It's just it's nowhere near. It's like when we're looking at, you know, we've got 4K TVs starting to go mainstream, but 8K is coming. But I already know that 12K TVs are on the horizon. But if they brought out a 12K TV now, A, there's nothing to broadcast on it that's going to be 12K, and secondly, the price will be just astronomical. You'll have to sell both kidneys and a liver to buy one and remortgage the house. So the moment 12K comes out, it'll be like when it's become affordable, you know. That's all, in my opinion. Right. Tungsten is low. Okay, we've got enough to do this, I think. 15. Yeah. Let's see if we can get all these circles closed because we need the resistances up. Oh, I'm not even going to bother with that one. Right, the experimental is deep plating. What am I low on? Tungsten. Well, that's easy to get hold of. And I shouldn't need more than 10. More than 11 tungstens, right? To do the next one. So, unless of course I need tungsten on grade 4 and grade 3, in which case I'm screwed. Right, so finally, because then all I need after this is life support, and I can do without that. It's just for lightweight. All that's going to do is up my jump range by nothing, a tiny amount. So if I can complete this, hopefully I don't need tungsten at grade 4 level, otherwise I won't have enough. No, good. No, come on, all the way. Oh, why am I carrying on? Because I think I'm at grade 5. What an idiot. That should make my first generation of grade 5 really big, but it doesn't. That was a waste of materials. I had plenty of them, so that was okay. I gathered, while I was doing my configurable components gathering yesterday at Bunda's nav beacon, I was hoovering up all sorts of materials. So I really did stock up a lot. Go on, let's get it complete. Seriously, come on. That's it. And finally, deep plating. Okay, so let's see now what our final hull is and its resistances. Armor 3095. Armor kinetic resistance is minus 23, thermal resistance is up to 54.9, and explosive is minus 6. Certainly better than what it used to be. The shields 3701, and as you can see, the kinetic, explosive, and thermal resistances on those are pretty good. Pretty high. Right. So we've got one more thing to do. Might as well do it just for the sake of saying that the ship is complete. And we're not going to Jameson Memorial, but it's just easier to plot that route. We'll go and see Laurie Jameson, do the lightweight, and that should give me, I hope it will give me my jump range to go up beyond 29.5. I doubt, seriously doubt it will get me anywhere near 30. I'm only asking for half a light year, but I don't think it's going to do it. Any idea why Kathina said mirrored armor? It's probably to do with the resistances, like if the mirrored armor does a certain if, I can't remember whether mirrored armor is better for thermal or kinetic and explosive resistances. I can't remember which one, but whichever one it's more resistant to, you probably find that the shield boosters, not the shield boosters, it's compensated for with the thermal. Okay, so the kinetic and stuff maybe is taken up with the hull reinforcements. I'm not really sure, but it's I'm sure it's done in a way where the because if how can I explain it? I'm having such a hard time explaining this. Like if she does a build and you see that maybe after the build it's lacking in thermal, then she'll go for thermal on the hull, or vice versa. Yeah, rubbish for the other two. So that's what you do, is you get your hull reinforcements and you make them resistant to the other two. So you're balancing it out all the time. Or we could have gone, instead of mirrored, we could have gone for reflective and then done thermal on the other one. I think it's somewhat like that. It's a balancing thing. I'll need to look at the exact numbers on that in Coriolis. But and it also depends on if you're coming up against PvE. I think it has to be considered, you know, your enemies are, what are they mainly using against you. You can't really say one or the other, to be honest. And also you can have shields which are very good for kinetic or explosive resistances, and then you have the hull which is very good for thermal. So your ship's got kind of an all-round protection. So if you lose your shields because of thermal, a lot of thermal damage, then your hull is going to see you okay and let you get out of there. At least that's the way I would plan that. Yeah, well there you go. You can't engineer much for thermal. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. I haven't studied the whole build in full, but I have studied some of it and some of the reasons why she's gone for a certain thing, and some of it she's explained why. Where's my Coriolis? There it is. So mirrored surface gives you thermal resistance, and it drops your kinetic. And then on the hull reinforcement packages, well, what's happened on those is we've got similar resistances on all three. That's thermal, kinetic and explosive. We don't have any Guardian hull reinforcements, so they're out. Yeah, I guess she just thought that thermal was the better option. Money was no object. We just spent whatever it took to build this thing. And the rebuy is now 31.5 million. I'm not quite sure what it was before, but that's a hell of a rebuy. Reactive is expensive. It really is. Maybe, you know, military grade is a pretty good one to go for, I think, because it gives you all round good resistances everywhere. But you get a really good hull boost as well. But yeah, specifically mirrored on this one. And God knows she's tested every scenario, left and right and front to back, and so I am just putting 100% trust on this one. I tell you what, I did when I was farming for the configurable components in the nav beacon yesterday, I did take on ships that had wings. I did have other ships firing at me, and I had one where there was an eagle. It was part of a wing of two. I think it was a Type 7, and I took the Type 7 down, and I decided not to fire on the eagle that was firing at me, at least for the time being, because I was more interested in gathering the materials that I wanted. So I was just hoovering up everything that the T7 dropped while I let the eagle fire on me, and it was constantly, firing at me, and my shields were staying at 100%. There was one time they went down to 99 with this eagle, a different eagle it was, but because I've got the bi-weaves with a fast recharge, the moment they stopped firing while they repositioned, my shield was able to go back up to 100% again. So they had no chance of getting it down at all. That would be weird. A Guardian SRV. What do these Guardians look like? Are they even humanoid? We don't even know if they're humanoid, because then they wouldn't sit in the chair, would they? Oh, I said I didn't want to come here. I do have my pilot active already. Will this docking request self-abort when I supercruise? Or is it just going to keep me in? There we go. Oh, right, somewhat humanoid. Yeah, I wonder where they came from, or what the deal with those guys are. Are they like descendants? Are we the Guardians? Back here in 2018, somehow I do not think so. Yeah, the 5 Guardians. Enterprise, Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Atlantis. Well, 4. Enterprise doesn't go into space. Oh. So is that to say that Guardians are human, or are they just humanoid? Because evolutionary wise, the chance of another alien species being a humanoid form is so remote, it's virtually impossible. Yeah. It's not impossible, but it's almost. That a life form would have evolved over millions of years and ended up looking like we do. It's too remote to even contemplate. So that unless they're ancestors. And we have a pending friend request, which that's the edge. There you have it. Redskins. Wow. Oh, this is, I've never heard of this. Sharp cutting ridges on their forelimbs. Oh, that's not good to me. I'll read that in a second. Just let me get through this phase here where I need to land at the Jameson base. Redskins, sharp cutting ridges on their forelimbs, small faces, rounded Dark eyes adapted to bright sunlight. Lower gravity and higher temperature on their planet meant they are taller and more slender. Oh, okay. I get the look they're going for. Yeah. Close encounters of the third kind of thing. I wonder if that would be a good competition for what Frontier should do, is like with that description that they've given, just to say draw or sketch or paint or whatever your interpretation of what the Guardian would look like based on that description. I'll bet you people's ideas of that will be so different from each other, though, because you look at that description and everyone's going to slightly interpret it a little bit differently. Someone's going to come up with one that looks like a Klingon. That's bound to happen. Alright, Laurie.
Core dynamics. Tango Hotel Echo. Heavy flight control. Online. Welcome, Commander. Request docking permission if you wish to land.
You're a bit behind the times. I've done that. I requested docking permission ages ago. It's not very good, that, is it? Where they tell you to request docking permission when you clearly already have. They kind of speak a bit too soon. It's a bit like with the landing gear. I put my landing gear down a bit late and they're already complaining about it. Look at that Type 9 or Type 10 in front of me there. Wow. Check that out.
Commence system shutdown. Welcome, Commander.
That looks pretty good with those floodlights and everything, doesn't it? Let me just go and take a look over there. See what's going on. That looks pretty nice. What's going on? Because it's not on a launch pad. There's no number above it. Is it in some kind of dry dock? Is this undergoing repairs or something? I've never seen this before. Look at the paint. Oh my god, there's hardly any paint on the front. Where the hell has that thing been? And it's got no undercarriage, from what I can tell. So it's just floating there. Oh, it's stuck on its base. How strange. What on earth is going on here? Landing gear's definitely not out on that one. It's in some kind of repair facility or something. What the hell's all this then? Some kind of bloody ship graveyard or something. Is that in the middle there? Is that a Diamondback Explorer? They are Diamondback Explorers, aren't they? I think all four of them are. I've never seen this before. Wow. Well, Laurie Jameson's got a little garage going on here. She's probably fixing ships and earning a bit in her spare time. DBX is it is a cool ship, Chile 22. It's definitely a nice little ship. I've had one once and I did like it. Right, let's finish this off. Life support. And we're just gonna go to lightweight. That's it. Grade 4 is as far as she goes. So that's as far as we're going. And grade 4 is going to reduce the mass down to 2 tons from whatever it was. It says 4.4, but it won't be. It'll probably be 8 tons because 45%. Well, yeah, it will be, won't it? Because it's 8 tons going down to 2 tons, which is 75%. So, yeah. 75% of the mass of the life support system. Let's go all the way to the end because we can. Alright, all that will have done then, I guess, is affect jump range. And it hasn't even done that, although I am full of fuel now, so I have got my proper jump range. So it's 29.4, and that's the final jump range. Final stats on the ship then: shields 3701, armor 3095. So what I can tell you is, if I look at my Bark of Merlin original, my previous shields were 1982, so they're almost double now. Almost. The integrity used to be 2800, but I think, oh no, that is with lightweight. Yeah, 2800. It's now 3095. That's obviously been helped by switching from lightweight to military grade. And then adding a couple of module packages, because I did have big module packages on me before. I had 5 D1s. Now I've only got 4 D1s, but I've got the mirror bulkheads. So yeah, jump range has gone from 30.4 down to 29, but it's only lost 1 light year. But this is the big thing: I don't have the Guardian frameshift booster on now, and that gives you an extra 10 light years. I don't have that on this ship, and I still, at least I don't think so. I'm just going to double check, because I don't think we even had room for. Oh yeah, we do. Oh, I thought we took that off and just stuck shield reinforcements on there. Oh, my mistake, guys. Yeah, we still do. I thought we took... Oh, no. I know what I'm getting mixed up with. It was my interdictor that I lost. I could have done with that the other day. Yesterday. Okay, yeah, sorry, my apologies. Anyway, follow the numbers. Don't follow what I'm saying. Just follow the numbers. Armor resistances are... Nah. Shield resistances are... Yee. I don't think you guys want me to run over the entire build, do you? So I'll put the build in the video description on this stream. So let's go and test it out. Now I'm going to go pop over to my my system. I could have sworn I didn't have the bloody thing, the frameshift booster. Thought we'd taken that off. Anyway, no problemo. And I've still got 128 tons of cargo, which I don't need. I could replace that cargo rack with another Guardian shield booster reinforcement package, or a whole reinforcement package, so I could even go more on this if I want to. I don't know if I even need the cargo rack. If I'm going to do missions, I don't know, I'd probably have another ship for it now. I mean, don't know. I've got, on top of the fact it's a cargo rack, it's a class 7, 128 tons. That's like mega trading. Can't see me doing that in this, but hey. The Mamba's pretty good, Chili. I quite like it. I like it because of the cockpit. as well. Same with the crate. They've both got actually the crate and the Mambas. These new ships, and I'm including the crate Mark II when I say the new ships. These cockpits now, you can tell that there's a lot more detail now than there was in the original ships, like the Sidewinders and the Cobras and the Anacondas and the Pythons and whatnot. I don't have collector limpets now. If I was going to take the cargo rack off and put something on, I think it would probably be collector limpets, as you say, because that way, when I'm farming for materials, I can certainly do a lot better job of that. So yeah, I think I would. That's what I would do. Right, this is where I used to come for all of my resource extraction sites, and oh yeah. They're not. I don't think there's as many as there used to be, but let's see. Right, hazardous. Let's go. Let's see how powerful these weapons are now, and also I'm more curious, not how powerful they are. I'm more curious how fast I run out of ammo. There's no more turreted weapons, but I do have my little friend. I've got 2 Taipans here. I've got 16 Taipans to be piloted by a guy who's so woefully inadequate. He's never seen a spaceship in his life, and yeah. No, I know that, Dave, but what I would do maybe is take off one of the hull reinforcements or the Guardian shield reinforcement, which is on the very lowest package, and just stick a very small cargo rack in there. I don't need too many limpets because I can synthesize, but yeah, it is. Or I could just go for a, let me see, I could go for a class 3 limpet controller and put it in the class 3 slot, and then leave the cargo rack as it is, and then just stock up on limpets. That'd probably be the best way. But yeah, no, you definitely need cargo, and if you're gonna have a limpet controller, you need cargo. Yeah. Otherwise, you got nowhere to put them. Right, so this should be fun then, eh? So here we go, guys. The Bark of Merlin Mark II into battle. I really want the bigger ships because they're easier to get up close to. And don't forget, I've got 2 mediums and 2 huge cannons now, which multi-cannons, which are going to be constantly firing, I hope. The top ones will be, because they don't fire at such a massive rate, so they should be able to reload in time. I wonder how auto-load... Can you have auto-load and fast? No, you can't. You can't have them both, right? Fast firing? I don't know if that's even a thing. Right, so we've got a crate phantom there, we've got a couple of Pythons, a Type 9. Federal assault ship. Let me take a look at this Python. It's a medium-sized ship. Anaconda would have been better. He's dangerous and he's clean. Okay. So this guy, Dominant Paradox, doesn't sound like a clean guy. Deadly and wanted. Right, I'm taking him out because he needs to get some practice.
SOS is online. Standing by.
I'm just going to attempt to go and get my target.
Entering defense mode. I'm on high alert, Commander. Wilco, Commander, let's get him. Paint the target, Commander. I'm moving in for attack.
See, my crew guy didn't get any leveling up yesterday. I don't know whether that was because we were in an anarchy site and you don't get paid. I don't know whether that means he doesn't rank up or what. I have no idea. Man. You see, I've got no pips to engines, so I'm not the fastest moving thing in the galaxy at the moment. Every time I get my big circle, my big reticle coming up, he chaffs. And then once the chaff's finished, he's flying past me. Once the shields are down, this should rip the hulls to pieces. If I can get them on target. Not the most impressive kill, this one. Looks like my fighter's gonna finish him off. Done. Let's try this Python again.
Roger that. Initiating automated retrieval.
No, don't. Stay out there. That was a mistake. Maybe I should hand my ship. No. Bad idea. I was going to say to give my ship over to the crew guy, but he's too inexperienced. He'll probably get my ship blown up. Okay, we got a wing here. This should be a little bit better. I'm going to have my fighter engage at will. That's a good way of getting him killed, by the way. Because the two wings are going to have a go at the fighter for sure.
Okay, Commander. Scanning for targets.
Oh my god. Ah, okay. I thought they were his wingmates, but they're not. It's these little buggers.
Shields are down. I need covering fire.
That's better.
Hull at 50%. Hull
Yeah,
is critical. I
yeah.
can't take any more
You
hits,
will
Commander.
die. I told you you would.
Fighter is down, Commander.
Why can't you just...
Fighter base.
Like, I have to keep choosing who goes out in the fighter. I suppose you have to, though,
Fighter
don't you?
deployed. I'm here if you need me.
Well, take this guy down.
Okay, Commander, I'm on guard. Deploying weapons. I'm ready for action, Commander.
Well, get on with it. I'm trying not to waste my weapons so much. I think part of the reason why it's not quite as effective as it should be is because I have to now get used to the fact that these weapons are short range, and I'm not normally that short range of a fighter, if you know what I mean. So I think I have to get used to getting closer in to be more effective. Let's have a look. Okay, we got a Crate Phantom. This might be my first ever Crate Phantom kill. Multi-cannons are particularly effective on hulls, better than they are on shields, for example. Sometimes it takes them ages to asp. We have anything like a... Okay, we have a little bit of fire here from another crate. Oh, Asp Explorer. It looked like a crate there for a second. So my shield's at 100%, even though the shield ring is showing... that's not my shields though, is it? 87. I was going to say that 100% and the shield ring didn't look completely blue. I thought, looks a bit weird. But yeah, it won't take long to build that back up again. 90 already. Crooked Hunger. What does that even mean? Crooked Hunger. I think when it comes to combat as well, I do fare a lot better in VR for some reason. Maybe it's the spatial awareness or something.
Shields offline. Diverting power to systems.
Oh, it's a Federal assault ship that's on my case. Okay. That was not a good move, going against my shields. Certainly wouldn't have recommended that. Yeah, there's not a lot of damage now from this distance out. You've got to be really close up. But once they do get close, it's boom boom time. Oh, some good stuff here. Proto-lights. Am I still stocked up on those? Almost. Well. We've drifted a little bit. Shield at 86. Yeah. Okay, this guy is 183 on that one, so while we've got a lull, I could bring him in and send him back out again, because it will repair the ship. Gunship. It'll repair the SLF if we bring it back, just like the SRVs. Zinc boy. Oh, gone. He's gone. Mind you, he was only an expert, but wow. And we have a damn back scout that wants to have a go. Bye bye.
Patrolling for enemy. I think we're in the clear, Commander.
Another gunship. That was a message on my phone from who knows who. Who knows?
We're all clear. No more threats in this sector.
Ah! Oh, was that a... Ah! It's only a master. Is it wanted though? Yeah. Okay, Anaconda then. Only got 1.5 pips into weapons, but we should be okay. Deliberate ramming. He's not in a wing, but yet I've got another ship on my case. Unless I've stray bullets, perhaps. Right, he's at 2 kilometers. That's beyond the range of my weapons now. My little fighter having a go.
Multiple hull impacts detected. Hull integrity depleted. I'm at 50%. Fighter is down, Commander.
The fighter weapons, the fighter messages as well are well out of sync with reality. Oh, I know what the other red is. Of course, it's this guy's fighter, I suppose. There we go. Yeah, 411 I think might be okay. It's just it'd be nice to have a boost available at some point when you need it as well. So yeah, 411 would give me that, I think. All my weapons can't hit him at this range.
Understood. Booting up telepresence for
Oh,
flight control.
bloody F2. Right, so we've got two
Fighter
two
deployed.
eagles,
I'm hearing
one
you.
expert, one novice. I'll take the expert, and you take the other guy.
Okay, Commander. Scanning for targets.
My goal here is to try and get my crewman up to elite status. Might take a while, but I'll get there eventually. I've got myself there, so I'll do it for him. Okay, now you can take on this guy.
Roger that. Moving into attack.
He's all yours. Look, my shields are 87. So I'm just going to sit here and let this guy deal with him. Can't even keep it on screen. He's losing his shields.
Multiple hull impacts detected.
Bye bye. My shields have gone up since.
Sky is clear. No more targets.
Well, we'll have to try this out in a conflict zone, but not today, I don't think. I'll do that next. we'll get some more. We'll get some harder enemies there, I think. So we'll have a look at this Conda. Hope it's wanted. Only expert though. Okay, let's zoom in. Yeah, that's because I had a late boost. I was pressing the Q key instead of the tab. And that's an expert anaconda. Now sometimes those can drop
Not picking up any more threats on my scanner.
configurable components as well. Not always, but a lot of good stuff out here. Yeah. Pretty good. That Type 9's really getting on my nerves now. I know he's clean, but he's elite. Ugh. Feel like just, oh, someone's having a go at him. Let's see if we can save the day.
Roger. Withdrawing to your position, Commander. Copy. Holding position.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
Commander. Scanning for targets.
They blew it up, right? I didn't get there in time. Well, this is for the Type 9. Yeah, it's not on my scanner, and my scanner can seriously scan. I was picking up ships 12 kilometers away in Bunda. I have the long range grade 5 on this. I'd really need to be under a kilometer to be completely effective, and if I'd had 4 pips in engines I would have been able to hit that. Yeah, not too bad then. And the other thing about this ship is it is heavier than the previous build, purely I would say down to the mirrored hull, because that, although maybe not though, because the mirrored hull, that's 78 tons for some reason. I think that's been reduced. The power distributor is the biggest thing on this, 160 tons. Anything else big in here? No, not really. There's no point taking on other stuff. Oh, that he's gone. Man, that's 2 Type 9s gone. Clipper. Alrighty, righty. Imperial shielding. This ship's definitely mine. I should have. I pulled up and then I stopped pulling up, and I shouldn't have done. Never mind. Bye bye. This, honestly, they just melt hulls. Multi-cannons. Once the shields are down, it's already too late. It's over. And I don't care what ship it is. Is it worth putting your incendiary multi-cannons on a different fire button? For what reason would that be, Dave? Why would I want to do that? Oh, the vultures! The vulture's a great ship, Chili. It's only got two. Yeah, it's got two hard points, but they are large. But brilliant little ship that is. But you have to play it to its advantages, where it's using its maneuverability. Right, incendiaries are for shields. Yeah, maybe so then. Hey, Goatman! It's Mr. Goatman. Right, who is getting done in here? Oh, him. I just fired without scanning. You can do that now. Elite assault ship. Good. Bring it on. Oh, chaff. I would have finished you off. Look at that hull melting. Bye.
Sky is clear. No more targets.
Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. In your little master vulture. They're tough little ships, these vultures. I do like them. The weakness, of course, is the canopy. I can even see her mascara from here.
Controlling for enemy. I think we're in the clear, Commander.
You think? Not for long, mate. I don't do in the clear. Here we go. Oh, damn it. When you're going to go for the ram and you just miss. This is where I need my turreted weapons, but I don't have them. My shields are doing exactly what they were designed to do, and that is stay strong. Bye-bye. 90% shields, but that I did ram him at the end there, so that didn't help. And my fighter looks to be in pretty tip-top condition. Andrew Perslow. Hey, Andrew. 2 burst lasers. Okay. Try it with a beam laser and a cannon. You might need to go with efficient beam. Efficient beam for the shields and then cannon for the hull. No, this is not powered activity. But I don't mind having a go at one of those. Not today though. This stream's actually gonna finish fairly shortly because I just wanted to finish off the ship and give it a quick test in the stream, and I think I've done that already. But yeah, I'm gonna put her through her paces in these pirate threat 7s and assassination missions and high intensity conflict zones where she might have a bit of trouble surviving. We'll see how she manages. Plus I want to rank up my my crew member. I can't believe I missed that. I've just got no maneuverability with one pip into engines. I should have switched the pips on the approach. Do you know what? Until I've got some serious threat, I'm just going to keep 2 pips into shields. I think that's not much left now. Anyway. All right. Well, unless an anaconda jumps in, which I doubt. 1 second, guys. I just need to refresh my browser page. I don't think it's updating properly. There we go. Wow! It wasn't updating properly. 87 people? Guys, thank you all for tuning in. Let's have a look then. Have we got a... We need to get out of here to find out if there's a conflict zone. There is a conflict zone here.
Commencing recovery, Commander. Stand by.
Bloody hell. What are you, some kind of Amazon drone? In you go. There you go. See, you got home safe and sound. I nearly went without it, to be fair. It's a habit. Oh, thanks, Commander T-Bread. And yeah, she's doing okay actually. At the moment. We've got a low intensity CZ, that's a good place to start. So, the noblemen, I'm going to fight for the noblemen because they allow me to come to their system and do some good combat here, so I'm going to fight for those guys. The V886 Centauri Futures are going to not have one. But how am I doing on ammunition? Okay, 959, 870, so I can go for a little while. I can go for a little while on ammo. Cornflake zones. Hopefully we'll find some bigger ships here. Oops, I don't know why I missed that or wasn't paying attention. Okay, so he's up to 60%. That's his name, Evan, what was it? Velasquez, or I don't know. I had to get rid of the other guy because he's His voice was just getting on my nerves. Right, so now, as you know, when you jump into these conflict zones now, oh, okay. Well, forget what I was just going to say then. I was going to say that it normally plonks you around 10 kilometers out, but this one didn't. Right, get out there, and all you need to do what just happened there then? Oh, I need to send him out.
Understood. Booting up telepresence for fighter control.
Okay, now all you need to do is stay on my...
Fighter is ready. Give the order, Commander.
I'm trying to find the bloody order.
Get 'em.
Do not engage at will.
Wilco, Commander. Let's get 'em.
You leave Will alone. I can't press F8, probably because I don't have anybody targeted.
Roger, Commander. I've got you covered. Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
We have a Corvette.
Hull integrity depleted. I'm at 50%.
Yeah, you
Hull
would
is
be.
critical. I can't take any more hits, Commander. Fighter
Okay,
is down,
leave it to me then. Let's take the Corvette down. Two pips to shields. Let's go for 411. Did not disengage my speed quick enough. Wow, my temperature's going up a little. That's probably more to do with what they're throwing at me. Did I hit him? I don't know. Shields 99%. I'll take that. That's fine.
Understood. Booting up telepresence for fighter control. Fighter is ready. Give the order, Commander.
Okay, we have another Corvette.
Good shooting, Commander.
I was hoping the incendiary would cause a lot of heat to the opposition, to the target, not necessarily to me. So another Corvette, but again another expert. It's probably they ship all the experts to the low intensity zones. Shields are gone. They don't put up much of a fight. Strange how he's attacking my or was he? But sometimes they do, they go for the SLF and just ignore the big ship that's killing them. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They're slippery, aren't they? Like he's just floating around, forgetting about what I've just done to him.
Multiple hull impacts detected. Taking critical damage.
Well, do what you can.
You got him. Well done, Commander.
They're always miles away, the next big one. No, you're probably right. I don't think they do have any engineering.
Performing evasive maneuvers.
The battle's turning against us. It's make or break time.
Oh, God, what are you doing back there?
Copy. Deploying the fighter. Numerous enemies to choose from, Commander. Let's make our shots count. SLF is online. Standing by.
Oh, just give me the nearest one. Oh, that Federal Navy ship is the nearest one. Of course, we have the comms speech in the CZs now. You also get it in the nav beacons as well when you're firing on targets. Oh man, those Vipers are bloody quick. Speed-wise, I cannot keep up. They're so damn maneuverable. I hate them.
Wilco, Commander. Let's get him. Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
I've done it, forget it. How's the shields managing? Shields at 100%. Can't really ask for better than that, I guess. Yeah, we're not doing too well in the stats there. But just Cobras and Vipers and... Is this all we have? Don't take on that eagle.
I'm moving in for attack.
I don't know why I told him to do that. It's a deadly eagle. He's not going to have a chance. See if I can go and rescue the guy. Maybe I should go in the SLF. That'll be... yeah, I think I want him to get a couple of ranks under his belt before I trust him with this. But he should be safe. And it'll give him some better practice. I'm nearly out of ammo, guys. I've only got the two big weapons. Are the only ones that are firing now. And they might be too big for this.
Damage, Commander.
That's it. That's the way to kill them. Oh, we got a gunship, but I've only got two weapons left.
Victory is close. I can feel it. Keep up the pressure.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
Two multi-cannons remaining. And they're not going to stop firing.
Cover me, Commander. My shield generator
No
is
reloading
offline.
whatsoever. Brilliant. Same as always, he always says he's at 50% when the fighter gets destroyed. I was taking on an Anaconda yesterday and I was out of ammo on all weapons and he was down to 4%. But I still killed him. I just rammed him. I think I'm done now. I don't have any ammo left. Why not synthesize more ammo? Because it's easy to buy nearby and I'm not going to waste. Yes! And I'm not going to, I'm not going to waste the materials when I can buy it close by. And if I'm going to synthesize, you see, what I'd like to do when I do the when I test it in more intense areas like a high conflict zone or these pirate threat 7 things, if I can find those, is I will see if I've got enough materials in order to synthesize the ammo, but I want to do premiums, so I'm going to need a lot of tungsten and a lot of antimony and mercury, so I'm going to have to be farming for that. I'll see if I can get at least over 100 across the board here with all of this stuff. Zirconium's going to be a bugger, but yeah, and then I'll just get all weapons with premium ammo on them, and that will give us 210% more damage, so that should be fun. Right, okay, so we've been going only for 2 hours and 18 minutes, but that's going to end it here, guys. That's a short stream for me, as you guys well know, but we'll be back and we'll be testing this ship out a little bit more and seeing how far she can go before somebody tries to get her shields down. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll probably see you in a few days, maybe Friday, if not definitely Sunday. So have a good evening. I've given you some evening to have left. If you're on my time, it's only coming up to 8 p.m, so you've got plenty of time to have a cup of tea and chill out. Alright guys, so thanks a lot. Thanks for watching this entire build of my Corvette rebuild. It's been long overdue, but now I have it, and we'll see how she goes. So thank you everybody, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.